Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nasty Addiction Garage. First and foremost, I do want to say thank you to all my subscribers. And for those that are watching currently and aren't subscribers, please subscribe. It'd mean the world to me, and thank you again. But for those of you that are new, my name is Jeremy. We are working on our 92 Toyota MR2 hardtop. We are swapping in a 5th gen 3S GTE. So the part where we're at now is we need to remove the gas tank. Removing the gas tank is a real, but I really don't want to do it, but I have to. It's part of this swap. I do have a Walbro 255 here, and all the accessories. So to do this swap, the N.A. Fuel pump is not enough. So we're gonna upgrade to a 255 Walbro and start this process of removing the gas tank. So I mean, there is nothing like, you know what I mean, you know, whatever saying that is. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's go. All right, initially what we're going to be doing is removing this. I removed some pieces already, but there are 2 bolts here that need to be removed. I believe they're 10mm bolts. I got to pull out the ashtray. That's going to come out pretty quickly. There are another 2 bolts here that are removed that are on the actual bezel of the radio. So we're going to start off by removing the armrests, which have bolts lined up. 3 bolts in total, 3 on this side, 3 on this side that are on each side. I already did that, so we're going to remove this console right now. Okay, now what we're going to do is actually start removing this bezel. So we're going to remove the ashtray, or remove the lighter. There's a bolt right here that needs to be touched. I believe it is a screw, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Let's start popping this stuff off. I'm going to start unplugging some of these plugs up here. We have the cigarette lighter to unplug. So this is now removed. Basically, there are a few plugs. We have the light for the cigarette lighter. We have the actual cigarette lighter, and then we have the signal, the caution signals. So this could be removed, put to the side. Now at this point, what we could do is remove this. This also has a light attached to it, which we're going to remove here. All you have to do is twist it, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. That is removed. Remove this piece. So this is the fuel, I believe the fuel sender, level sender, and the actual fuel pump, I think, are both connected here. So what we're going to do is we're going to detach both of them. All right, so let's remove these really quick. There goes one. Then we have to remove this one here. Two. All right. So now these are removed. We can put them to the side or tuck them somewhere where they're not going to be in the way. There are two bolts here that are 10mm bolts, which will be removed with the fuel tank once it's dropped. But you do have to remove these bolts to get to everything that you need to. So let's get to removing these guys. I know it's kind of hard to see inside this car, but my other workshop lamp stopped working, which I have to go get another one, but that will be in due time. So these two bolts are like this. So these guys are removed. Put them somewhere where you're not going to lose them. There you go. So this whole thing comes off. Just like that. So we're going to squeeze both plugs through this hole because this is going to have to come down with the gas tank once the gas tank is down. So there's a rubber grommet here that allows you to push them right through. Here goes this piece that I was talking about, that one metal piece. There goes a little grommet that holds everything in place. Put this to the side. So here we go. So kind of to give you guys a better view, I put the light on my camera, but this piece that you see right down there was right over here. This is, I know one of these are the fuel level sender, and I believe the other one is the fuel pump. But so far, this is where we're at. We have to get to this, obviously, to remove the fuel pump. And that has a whole bunch of connections and lines, hard lines and stuff like that. So what we're going to do now is go underneath and start removing the actual, everything that's in our way, actually. So let's get to it. So I removed all of the under plastic shieldings. I put them in the order from front to back so I can remember how they go. This is the front under the frunk. We have the midsection here. Then we have the rear midsection here. The other two pieces I removed them and they're on another side of the garage. But I'm gonna try to get under here to show you guys what I did in a second. Try to fit myself in here. Okay. So here we go. So removed everything. So come to find out that, here, let me put on the light. Come to find out that this has a suspension technique sway bar, which I did not know. But removed everything from up front. So now the objective is to try to remove everything that's going to be in the way of dropping this fuel tank. So you have bolts like this that need to be removed. This needs to be removed. All this stuff needs to be really removed, and everything that's on the side. So you have things like, let me see, these need to be removed on both sides. You have this that needs to be removed. This that needs to be removed. Nothing up front, I don't think up here. No, none of this would matter. You have things like, let's see. This is going to need to be removed. That bolt there. This bolt here. Let's see what else. You got a bolt right there. Let me see what else. I think we might have a bolt somewhere around here. And that bolt there. And that bolt there attached with these. So ideally, it should be pretty easy. Not my favorite thing to do because I think this tank still has quite some gas in it. So There's an actual drain bolt here, which I might use depending on how hard it becomes. But I'm gonna try to clean a little bit under here and try this process. So let's get to it. Alright guys, to kind of give you a sneak peek of what I've done so far, I've removed this here. I don't know what the proper names are for them, but I removed them. They all attach to your brake cables, and I know this adjusts your e-brake here, but I've removed it so far. There's quite a few different things that I need to kind of remove. So I'm in the process of doing that. What I gotta do now is try to get all this stuff out of the way of dropping the tank. So there's a couple things that I gotta remove here. Like a little clip here, one on this side, but it doesn't seem too hard. So let's get back to it. Alright guys, I got a little bit more work done. I dropped the first radiator line. So it's draining right now, as you can see. Removed it. Seems pretty simple. I mean, so far I've done all this in less than 30 minutes. So it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I got to move on to the other side now and kind of do the same thing, just so then I can have everything off and go from there. And actually, this side is a little bit easier so far, or that side is probably going to be a little bit easier because I have all these things in my way, all the bracketry and stuff like that. So it'll be a little bit harder for me to try to drop the tank from this side. But as you see, all the bolts are removed. I'm missing just this bracket. Let me see if I can get in here. This bracket here. This is gonna drop the minute I remove the other bolt down there. But that was one bolt. Looks like so far everything looks like it'll fall fairly well. I'm not sure how this. I think I have to slide the tank off of this because this doesn't have any bolts to remove. So unless that comes out with the tank, which I doubt, that would be a thing to try to overcome. But I think this bracket here actually just sits there, so then I could slide the tank back this way and line it up or push it up as far as I can here, and then I'll be able to slide it out from the back that way, because if I do slide it out that way, it'll be probably a little bit easier for me to just drag it out through the back. And then when I come back and put it back in, it'll be easier to do it if I just slide it up here and just leave it in place, and then add that bracket down there. You can't tell, but there's a bracket right here, right there, that allows me to screw it back in, and it should be good from there. So let's get to it, guys. Now is just removing all the lines and stuff from inside the bay. Here we go. Here goes the filler neck. Everything is so far so good. I just got to remove this one right here. I don't know if you can really tell. Try to focus it. Let's see. Hold on. There you go. That piece right there. I gotta unscrew that. Let that hard line go back. This stays here with the fuel filter, and we go from there. So let's get to it. This is so far so good, coming out fairly well. Try to remove all these that are attached to. Let's see, you can't really tell. I'm gonna replace all these hoses, just because since I'm here, I might as well, and have at it while I'm doing it, because I'm not gonna do this again. I really am not. So at this point, let's get to it. So I apologize, but I couldn't get this on camera, but I was able to remove the gas tank. See, I kind of pushed it out that way. Got it here down on the floor. Got it on a jack, so then I can be able to at least wheel it out to the back. But this is kind of where we're at. I finally got it out. So now let's get to this removal process. Let's try to remove it from under the car. So let's see how this goes. So in attempts to try to pull out the fuel tank myself, it fell over and gas spilled everywhere. So yeah, this is kind of dangerous, but we'll get this cleaned up shortly. But let's go back to removing this. Remove all these tools out of the way. Let's get back to the process of removing this tank. It's right here, literally. So let's get to it. Alright guys, let me give you guys a little preview of what I've done so far. So I've put in already the coolant lines, the brake brackets back, the e-brake center thing. I still got to put on one cord, which is right here, as you see it moving. I got to hook it up to that one piece right there, adjust it, make sure that it's nice and tight for my e-brake, and then start putting on the last radiator hose, or coolant hose, or coolant line rather, that needs to be put up. And then what I'm going to do is go out and buy some undercoating, and that would be the next steps. And we'll save that for another episode. But as far as that goes, let's finish this job up. Well, guys, that's going to conclude today's episode. As you see, we got a lot of stuff done. We changed the stock fuel pump, replaced it with a 255 walbro. That's going to be needed for the 5th gen. So ideally, that is done. The hard part is done. Gas tank is back in. I just got to plug up all the fuel level sensors and stuff like that. Otherwise, everything is done. All the wires and cables and everything underneath came out fine. I bolted everything up. I know on some of the footage it's going to be hard to kind of tell just because I'm under the car. I don't got very much light under there. And only having 2 hands, it's kind of hard to maneuver and try to get footage as well. But if you guys have any questions, just leave me a comment down below, and I'll do my best to answer them the best to my ability. But it's finished. It's finished. So now the next steps, what we could do is move on to this engine bay and get a lot of things done inside there. I want to clean it up, start putting the filler neck and all that other stuff. I got a lot of powder-coated parts that I want to put inside there and get this thing done. Then after that, all I'm doing now is basically waiting on the wire harness from WireGap, which has already been sent out. I've already contacted Doug and spoke with him already, so it should be coming in soon. One good thing is it's going to be wire tucked, so you're going to see no wires, hopefully. Hopefully it comes out super, super nice. Next steps also after that, I'm going to focus on undercoating the MR2. Now that it's painted, I can undercoat everything that needs to be undercoated so we don't have any rust, or we could prevent rust from here on out. To whoever buys it, it'll be fine, just because if it's in a snowy state or a state that does snow and they have salt and stuff like that, they really won't have to worry about too much. So therefore, with all that said and done, I want to thank all my subscribers. Again, thank you guys. For those that are watching and that are not subscribers, please subscribe somewhere right here. Thank you again for watching this full video. I know this one's going to be a long one, but thank you again. And until next time, this is Nasty Addiction. We build with purpose.